Alright, so first and foremost, when I give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahushai, Ba'asham Mekakadash, we say that the apostles and elders are great much well, and salutations solely, I can mostly push you on the truth and say the day and the out. You come to the in season and season, we say Shalom. You know, once again, going to some scriptures here. You know, the topic I want to touch upon is, is not trusting any enemy. You know, never trusting any enemy, matter of fact, because just to say, as you know, just watching our wrong and reading and so forth, you know, the online articles and all these things, you see how much Jake paying the trust into Esau, how much Jake trusted in Esau to find a cure to take them out of the situation, then, you know, to bring them back outside so they won't be locked up home and all, you know, all these things. You can see how Jake put the full trust into Esau, like if he is the Lord, that if he is the savior, you understand? And really and truly, how you can trust the enemy, because he is our enemy. You know, born and come out the womb of our enemy, right? Right, who he is, our enemy. So how could you trust? How could you put your trust into this person? And that just to show you how dependent Jake is on Esau, how dependent they is on this place. You understand? So why even put the trust there? And this is Jupiter scripture. This is Surat, or the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 12, verse 10. It says, never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusted, so is his wickedness. So the scripture says, well, never trust any enemy. And we know that these people is our enemy. So why even put our trust into them? You know? But again, that is just Jake being Jake. You know, like a disciple don't care. Them just want to let everything be better, and they dependent on Esau. And Esau bring it straight to them in the face. You know, Esau just tell them, you know what, here going on. If you do want to buy thing, go back where you come from. You know. And all that talk Jake does be talking, all the thing they from Africa and so forth. They ain't going back because they know they're dependent on Esau. You understand? That is why they're dependent on Esau to bring out a vaccine for this virus. But they ain't know the stuff that is the wickedness that he have planned with that vaccine, or with whatever it is coming their way. Right? So it says, never trust an enemy, for like as iron rusted, so is his wickedness. So yeah, same way, iron must rust. It must rust. No matter how much times you might put the paint, we call it paint, the adhesive paint, it is pour on iron, so it will take a little longer to rust. But iron must rust. You know, no matter how long it may take, it will rust. Hey, it will. You understand? So it says, never trust an enemy, for as iron rusted, so is his wickedness. So yeah, your enemy will always be enemy. You know, and the same as iron rusted, so is his wickedness. His wickedness will always be there, no matter how he try to cover it up. As the scriptures say, that's roughly paraphrasing, they have a tongue like a serpent. You understand? So why let's bring on that scripture. It's Psalms 104 verse 3. It says, they have sharpened their tongues like a serpent, others poison is under their lips. Right? So yeah, you understand? So hey, and that is the thing, that it have many references to call Esau, and being our enemy, he like a serpent. You understand? So why even put the trust there? You see, so his wickedness will always be there. That is why anything they do, anything they give, right, there's always something behind it. So why even put your trust there? Why even trust your enemy? If the scripture say, well, never trust thine enemy. Never. Hey, for like as iron rusted, so is his wickedness. His wickedness will always be there. That is why when Jake put a trust into Esau so much, is that when they put a trust that, oh, he might get better, he might think better, you know, he might treat them better. And when they do shit on them, lock them up, kill them, you know, wrongfully, innocent and so forth, hey, they want to know, like, why they still hate us, why they do this, why they still doing this, slavery done and all these things. But hey, The scriptures say here, so for like as Aaron rusted, so is his wickedness, so his wickedness never gone. Though they might hide it, he mightn't see it, it's still there. And they just bring it out and still show. So his wickedness will always remain there. You understand? So it's a verse 11, I say, though, matter of fact, and that goes for all these other nations as well, that is not of Israel. They are our enemies, like these Chinese are beaten. Hey, some of the so-called Africans that be in China right now are jakes. You understand? What Moab doing, and Moab beating them. Moab kicking them out of their home, you know, running them out of the country. So how could you trust these people? You know? And it's so with that situation, even hearing some of the jakes saying hey, we should come to a peace treaty, and hey, two wrongs don't make a right, and all these things, but that is our enemy. These nations are our enemies, right? Bring on scripture here. Bring on scripture here. Right. This is Psalms chapter 83. I'll start from verse 2. It says, for lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. So our enemies make a tumult, and they have hate, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. So all our enemies, they consulted together. All these nations, they consult together. That is why you see these Moabites, these Chinese, doing the same thing that Esau doing, right? Beating us, killing us, running us out. Hey, because that is our enemies. As you should say, what? For they have consulted together with one consent. Right? It say they are confederate against thee. Right? It say the tabernacles of Edom and the Ishmaelites of Moab and the Hagarenes, Gebel and Ammon, Amalek, the Philistines with inhabitants of Tyre, Ashur also is joined with them. They have holpen the children of Lot, Selah. Right? So yeah, so all these nations that thing were our enemies. Our enemies. And I'd say what? Going back to verse 5, they say, for they have consulted together with one consent. So they are one thing in mind. You understand? They are one thing in mind. So why even put your trust into your enemies? And the scriptures make it straight for you here. That we have just allow us to make a pause there for a moment, right? So yeah, so they're saying all these people being our enemies, how could they put their trust into them? And the scriptures make it plain for you that we have enemies, and tell the nations as well. And those same nations are here today. You understand? But Jake's putting the trust into Moab, Esau, these Ishmaelites, these Elamites, and all these other nations that they just show you. But they know what they hate, they own, but that's just the curses. The curses taking place as well. Understand? But hey, the scriptures say, the crafty counsel, our enemies take against us. And it's showing. Right? And hey, that doesn't show you that the scriptures say, people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. If they didn't know, they would have never put the trust into, if they had knowledge, they would have never put the trust into their enemy. That wickedness is still there. And you're hearing Jake bowling about, they gotta come together and forget this thing. And hey, you'd have no togetherness with these nations. They care for their own is the same way you're supposed to care for yours. They care for their own. That is why they're beating and running us out. You know, throwing Jake out of the, and you've seen it in China. You're seeing how it had an article state that that is an article that stated that the virus was made to destroy black people. You understand? Come on. Yeah, but you know the Lord. Hey, the Lord is making a virus touch Jake as much. Yeah, it in Jake too, but you see how it destroying these nations. Right? So going back into the Sirach 12 verse jump to verse 11, it say, though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hadst wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his wrath had not been altogether wiped away. Yeah, because hey, that wickedness is still there. You know, like how people like to say these days, you know, that was the past and that was the past, and you know, we gotta forget it. No, his wickedness still there. His wickedness never goes. That wickedness still here. It here. That's why it say, though he humble himself and go crouching, that way they hide it a little bit. You know? They say, yeah, take good heed and beware. Yeah, take good heed. Why would the scripture say take good heed of them? Because they don't know that, hey, dude, they're hiding it. It's still there. Right? It say of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his wrath had not been altogether wiped away. And yeah, there is it. The wickedness still here. You're seeing it, right? You just go and look at the videos, look at the majority of the videos and of the things that they be doing, Jake, right? And tell me if the wickedness wipe away. Tell me if they love you, so you can pay trust into them. Come on, it's just bare facts, right? Can't trust the enemy. Not supposed to trust the enemy, matter of fact. Right? I'm gonna jump to one more scripture and I'll close it off. You know, as I say, just through this spirit touching upon it, just to show how people, all this time, you've seen all the articles coming out that these men, they carry this disease to destroy and so forth, and people still putting their trust there. Hey, all these nations that hate us, the wickedness never wiped away. You know, it's still there. You're seeing it, and I've seen it coming out. Right? Bring one scripture here and I'll close off. This is Sirach chapter 25 verse 7. It said, there be 9 things which I have judged in my heart to be happy, and the 10th I will utter with my tongue. A man that had joy for his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy. So we see Esau kingdom falling. We see this wicked place falling, and let's bring joy. You know, that this place is crumbling, because we know the Lord Yahweh shall soon come back. You understand? Hey, our enemies crumbling, the system falling, feeling. You know. So as I say here, a man that had joy for his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy. Right? So that we give our praises to Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahushai, Ba'asham Mekakodash. We said that when our apostles and elders are great most and well, and salvation so the outcome of the pushing on truth and say being and the out, not considering season on season, we say Shalom.